Welcome, everybody. So glad to have you all here for another edition of From Here to There. I am Jeff Plankenhorn, and my wife and I are up on Vancouver Island, and we have moved the weekly time to this time right here. I hope it works out for everybody. We've had such success on the Mondays, but family-wise and time-wise, it just seemed like the right thing to do to move to Tuesdays, especially with my 20 Question Tuesdays going so well in the morning, my interview show. We already have some really great people here and some really great requests to get things started. Let me know where you're coming from. Hey, Mary, how you doing? And make sure that you share this feed with other folks. Sandy, what's going on? Hey, Steve, how are you? Wow, the first song that I published. I don't know, man. That might be a tough one. Maybe next week. We're talking about 1992, maybe, for that. That's how old I am. Anyway, I hope a bunch of you are coming right over from Miles Zuniga's show, Tuesdays with Miles. He's on here right before me, and so that's kind of why I went for this one later slot so we could go back to back. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? And I know a bunch of people are coming right over from Miles now. We got a bunch of people. Hey, Craig, what's going on? I hope everything's good at the ranch. You may hear the pitter-patter, what we like to call the tigga-tigga, of our dogs. Hi, Oscar. And you may get to hear a little bit of Alice singing tonight because the requests have come in already, and we've got some great requests. The first request I'm going to do, and I hope, I'm going to stop for 1 second and say hi to Jimmy as well. And Jimmy's up there. Hi, Marna. How you doing in Seguin? Oh, I'm so glad everybody's here. I was really worried that the Tuesday night time wasn't going to go well. So please share it with your feeds and invite some friends to come watch right now because I want to make sure we get some people on. Jimmy's up in Red Lodge, Montana. The Andersons, who I am going to see later this week. Nice to see you as well. Let's see, what else? The first request. I'm hoping that my good friends, John and Susan Austin, are on right now. They just celebrated their 35th wedding anniversary up in Ohio. And I didn't know them when I was from Ohio, when I came from Ohio and stuff, but I met them much later. And big music lovers, big supporters of the Austin music scene in general. And I'm going to do a little happy anniversary song for Susan and John Austin right now. Couldn't think of a better thing to start with than that. Hi, Bonita. How you doing? Nice to see you again. But I'm going to start with this and say a happy, just ever so slightly belated anniversary to John and Susan. Things have been going wrong long enough to know everything is right. I've been walking in the dark long enough to know I've finally seen the light. I've been losing long enough to know when I finally won. And even the blind man man can tell when he's walking in the sun. I've cried enough tears to know this feeling called a smile. I've been bottom rung long enough to know when I'm doing it in style, like right here on a Tuesday night. I've been running long enough to know there's no more need to run. Lord, and even the blind man can tell when he's walking in the sun. It's for you, John and Susan. Oh, the wind is at my back, and I'm sailing on a ship that's overdue. And I've blown so many chances that I ain't gonna blow this one with you. And I've seen enough bad times to know the good times have begun. We have a good time. Girl, and even the blind man can tell when he's walking in the sun. And even the blind man can tell when he's walking in the sun. Happy anniversary, John and Susan. All right, well, thank you and welcome to my friends right here in Campbell River, BC. Glad to have you here. Thank you, Joanna, from coming over from Betty Sue. Another big fan I am of her. Vicky, glad you dig it. Carol, how you doing? Yes, please share. Thank you for sharing the posts on this feed so that I can get some more folks. I really appreciate that. Liberty, Tennessee, fantastic. More coming for this week with myself and Michael O'Connor and Taylor Pye. That'll be happening. Howdy, Pflugerville. Jimmy, for you, I could do Mystified for sure. And since I'm on this, I'll just do that right now before I grab my other two. I hope everybody's okay. My other covers that are coming up. Or no, sorry, not covers. They're actually originals too. That first song that I did was on my album Soul Slide, a song called Walking in the Sun. And it was originally done by Percy Sledge. Thank you, Bonita. Thanks for sharing this. Thank you, everybody who's sharing the post, trying to get us to some more folks. Oh, we got a few people asking for Mystified. And yes, Michael and I, we're going to do a Song Swarmer thing with Taylor Pye virtually. Is it this week or next week? Anyway, check the postings for that. They have a movie about the Liberty Arts Center in Tennessee, that a documentary coming out that you can go to Vimeo right now and watch. And I highly recommend it. It's pretty cool. You can vote for it in different festivals and stuff like that. There's so much going on, I don't know how to talk to you about all of it. This is my buddy Jack Barksdale, the young 12-year-old who's he's 13 now. He just turned 13. Marna, great request. I'll put that down too. That's a good one. I gotta go analog. My buddy Jack Barksdale, who's a young man. I turned that closed caption thing off. Is it still going on Facebook? That's so weird. I thought I had that turned off. Sorry about that, Mark. Anyway, some people are seeing it, some people aren't. Jimmy up from Music Ranch Radio, who I have no problem at all. If you like, Jimmy, feel free to put a link to your incredible independent radio station from Red Lodge, Montana that I love so much. Just one of those things. Somebody brings me in. Oh man, thank you. Mystified is a song I wrote with Ellis Paul many years ago when I was on the Woody Guthrie tour, and we were playing songs of Woody Guthrie. I wrote this with Ellis Paul and a couple of lines by Eliza Gilkison as well. It's a pretty cool song. It's on my album The Speed of Hope, so if you guys want, you can go check out that and go to Spotify or Apple Music or any of those places, or go buy it at Bandcamp or whatever you like. As long as you're listening and digging it. Here comes Mystified for you. If I had just one chance to say, I would find the words you would not cast away, because you kicked them out to the cold like a lie you'd just been told, when all I said was, can I look away? If you'd hear me out, I'd speak my truth. You'd say I'm talking in my sleep and letting dreams come loose. Yeah, 'cause you got this grip on me in this world so slippery. Well, I need to know there's something beautiful to hold on to. If I was a stranger, would you believe? Would you take the truth from me? I'd show you, but you won't see it. I'd say it, but you won't hear it. I'm mystified, you deny the truth from me. Just one night, chance, I would ask you out on the floor for the last dance. Well, please don't be alone by the stretch. stranger, would you believe? Would you take the truth from me? Oh, I'd show you, but you won't see it. I'd scream it, but you won't hear it. Mystify you to know the truth from me. Thank you very much, and thanks for that request, Jimmy, Music Ranch Radio. Wow, cold turkey. Maybe, Craig, maybe. You know, I always have to go ahead, every time I think of it, especially on a song like that where I have to dig deep and get a good breath, I have to thank my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful wife, my dogs, who are somehow sleeping through this. Maybe we'll wake up Alice for the next one. But I will say this. Also, I really want to thank Hazel upstairs. Grandma Hazel McDonald, all the way from Glasgow. She's an original Glaswegian, lived in Canada most of her life. Hasn't lost one iota of her beautiful accent. And bless her for giving us this place to stay while we wait out the pandemic out up here. I hope everybody's doing okay. Please, 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 wear your mask. Take care of each other. Be safe. Somebody mentioned somebody, and I wanted to say something about it. Dang it. It slipped my mind. It was Betty Sue. It was Miles Zuniga. I mentioned him. 20 Question Tuesdays. Been mentioning that. I saw Kate Howard's on here. You can always go see her shows. I mentioned that I'm doing something with Taylor Pye and with Michael O'Connor soon. So much stuff going on. Somebody said they have all of my albums. Do you have the new EP? That's also something important. All right, so anyway, the new EP is also online. It's covered and uncovered. There's a coffee mug that goes right with it. You can have a new coffee mug. It's not Coffee Find Me anymore. It's Coffeed and Uncoffeed, like Covered and Uncovered. Thanks to everybody who's nice enough to be asking about the tip jar. I mean that. Hey, Gabe Rhodes. Gabe's doing great. Gabe is one of those people during the pandemic. His home studio is kicking, and he's doing a lot of work. I'm doing a lot of work from the home studio. We talked about that a lot today during my 20 Questions with Brian Mendez. You can go back and look at them. They're all archived. One of these days, I should have Gabe on. Boy, he would be a great person to get information from. Oh, yes, Ted Lundgren says, my plank hats. You guys do have the plank hat, but we don't really have a way to get that unless, Ted, they get in touch with you and you just want to sell them. The plank hats are really, really good for, they're really big with the CrossFit community. And the people who do yoga. And those folks. Do you guys think we should get Alice involved right now? Alice, are you going to come over here? Should I do it? I think we might get Alice involved. Vicky, this song is for you and for my friend Malford Milligan, who's over in the Netherlands. Yeah, just go ahead and message Ted right there. Just click on him and message him, and he'll get you a plank hat. Basically giving them away. Vicky, if you're there right now, I would love to play this song for you. And I don't know if you know this, but on a lot of these live streams, my dog Alice has gotten involved with when I play this song. So, yes, he's in Holland, and I'm sure he misses you. I know he misses you. But I also know he's doing really good. And he's, boy, he just put out a song. That was what I was going to mention. Malford Milligan's song, I'm So Tired. So beautiful. All the places that you want to go look it up. Malford Milligan and the Southern Aces doing the song I'm So Tired. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's a beautiful video as well. So please, please go check that out. If anybody wants to put the link to that in the stream there in the chat, I would really appreciate it, because he's family. We don't call him Uncle for nothing. And we miss you, Vicky, and I know he misses you too. Oh. But if we're going to get Alice involved in this tune, I'm going to have to do something. We'll see if she's into it. I'm going to give her some space in case she wants to come over here as well. All right, here we go. Jimmy fell hard for Jamie. Jamie fell in love with Jay. You can't choose with whom you fall. I think it's better that way. Could be a chemical thing, maybe cosmic and such. Try as you might to clearly define, well, you won't come back with much. Love is love, is love. Love is love, is love. Yeah, it is, right? Love is love. People try to change love. They give conditions and rules. They try to tell you that they know better well. Tell you your love ain't cool. Love don't mind your religion. Love don't know about race. Love don't care where you may come from. Love doesn't need to explain. Love is love, is love. Love is love, is love. All right, here it comes. Alice. Alice, do you want to come here? Come here. Come here. Say hello to everybody, Alice. There's a good girl right there. Here she is. Okay, here we go. What a good girl! Good job, Alice! Oh, everybody loves you so much. Good job, good job. Now I know why about that looper pedal. Good girl, Alice. Born knowing love, have to be taught how to hate, to let go off all your preconceived notions. Well, you only need to relate. Come take a seat at the table. Break some bread, make a new friend. In time you'll find forgiveness and kindness is all you ever needed. Love is love, is love, is love. Love is love, is love, is love. Yes, love, yes, love, love, yes, love, yes, love. Thank you so much. Big round of applause for Alice. And, you know, takes a lot to buy raw meats for these dogs. So, what are they on right now? They're on, it might as well, my wife says it might as well be filet mignon. We're keeping them healthy, though. They're both rescues, so we're trying really hard to keep these dogs healthy, and they mean a lot to us, both Oscar and Alice. Oscar and Alice are quite the pair. If you scroll through my Instagram or Facebook or any of that stuff, you'll see lots of pictures of them because, well, I mean, what, you gonna have another picture of me with a guitar, or am I gonna take a picture of my dog? It's, you know, it's a little bit more fun every once in a while. Thank you all so much for being here. I noticed the Websters are here. I'm super, super glad to see that the Websters are here. That's super cool. There were some other folks that were kind of coming through right when I was starting to play. I hope I didn't miss any requests or anything like that. Marna, I'm almost to yours. Amy, I've got to get yours first. And then I will get yours. Marna, that's a great request, also from the Soul Slide album. But Amy asked for something off of my, that hasn't been requested in a minute. I've had so many new songs on my Patreon. Here, just for a minute, just so people know. Wait for it. If you see at the end of that there, right here, there's a thing called patreon.com, Jeff Plankenhorn. And those of you who do the Venmo tips and all that kind of stuff, consider this. $5 a month gets you 2 songs. Last month I did 2 songs on piano. It's always one song and one cover song and one original every single month. And it's a really, really great place for me to try out stuff and find out. You know, I've got about 70, I don't know, 5 people on at varying levels right now. And they all kind of like really, really help me pick out material and try out things. It's really, really cool. And they get perks for being on my Patreon. And so I've been doing a lot of these new Patreon songs. It's been really, really, really cool. Hey, Heidi, never late. Super glad to have you. Ike and Heidi, glad you guys are here. And I'm gonna make sure that's still scrolling. Oh, thank you for some of my people here. At the end of the month, I did a live stream that was all for my Patreon people. Now, this particular song that Amy requested was a song for my Patreon one month, and eventually that EP kind of came out of it because I was going out and doing a lot of acoustic shows, and I didn't have a lot of stuff that really represented this right here, like what I'm doing. Acoustic guitar or a slide and maybe the kick thing and, you know, who knows, maybe a little melodica and a looper. That's about it. But I got together with Janet Pokop and Scrappy Judd Newcomb. Please, yeah, join Patreon. It's, you know, like I said, it's just $5 to join. Some people are at different levels. You get different stuff at different levels. I'll record songs for you or lessons or things like that. It's really, really cool for me to be putting out new music every single month. But then after a long time, maybe if I've got some more money, I can put it out in the Spotify world or put out, you know, an EP or something like that. This particular song came from my sort of, I had heard about this thing called externalities. And if you don't know what externalities are in business, especially, an externality means if something affects the bottom line, regardless of whether or not it affects a human being in a negative way, that externality is taught to be ignored. So if you're responsible to your shareholders in a company, you have to think about the bottom line more than you have to think about people. And that whole concept really got to me, and like just felt like we really need to reimagine how we take care of each other and what's really important in our lives, at least I think. And I just didn't want the bottom line to be considered. I didn't like that idea. And mentioning Gabriel Rhodes earlier, he produced this album for me because it was mostly stuff that I recorded right here in this room. And you can do that now. You can do really, really great recordings and then send it to somebody who really knows what they're doing, and they'll make it going. Thank you, Susan, for saying that about the Patreon. But the bottom line, I don't like thinking, that people are the bottom line. And neither did Scrappy, Judd Newcomb, or Jana. And when we talked about it, they said, yeah, that's a great idea for a song. And I don't care what side of the political divide you're on. There's certain things that I think we all can agree on. Shouldn't have 30,000 homeless vets in the United States at any given time. That's not a Republican or Democrat issue. Just shouldn't. Teachers shouldn't have to pay for their own school supplies. I used to say that all the time, and now I want to say this. Teachers should not have to necessarily go back to school and worry about whether they're going to get sick or their kids are going to get sick or they're going to lose their funding. Same with people with jobs. That's the real bottom line, in my opinion. The real bottom line is that hopefully we take care of each other. So I'm going to try and remember this song. I haven't done it in a minute. But thank you, Amy Patelli. I hope I get your name right. I had it written down. Yeah, 2 T's and 2 L's. Patelli. Thank you for requesting this, and I hope I do a good version of it. It was originally from Patreon, but now you can get it on Spotify and all the other things. Sadie lives alone down off Market Street, in a tent behind the Lord and Taylor store. Gets her food where she can find it. She fell 1 paycheck behind, and she can't pull up her bootstraps anymore. Benny drives a ride share on the weekends, 'cause he couldn't find him anything full time. He spent 8 years overseas, fighting faceless enemies. All the things he has to do not to survive. And I wonder, when you were a baby, did Mother Earth make you part of her design? Was it circumstance or luck that kept you down and brought you up? But isn't it all the same, sunshine? That shows you where to draw the bottom line. All the rainy day patrons know, listen, when she's pouring coffee with her kindly smile. What with 3 kids at home, she's raising them alone, working every tip to buy them school supplies. And I wonder, when you were a baby, did Mother Earth make you part of her design? Was it circumstance or luck that kept you down and brought you up? But isn't it all the same, sunshine? that shows you where to draw the bottom line. Last night I thought I heard a whisper, like a long lost friend of mine. The voice rang clear and true. There's only so much we can do. Just keep your eyes upon the bottom line, the real one. And I wonder when you were a baby, Mother Earth make you part of her design? Was it circumstance or luck that kept you down or brought you up? But isn't it all the same, sunshine? Oh, I hope one day you see the bottom line. And I really, really do, and I'll send that out to anybody who's having any kind of hard time right now financially, and too many homeless people, too many people out of work, too many people without health insurance, too many people that we just aren't taking care of as a society, while Jeff Bezos makes $13 billion in a day. Sorry. You know, it's just, I don't mind people making lots of money, but I don't think that the people at the bottom should have so little. It's gone too far. Anyway, but the pitchforks are coming, so they better watch out. Thank you so much, Amy, for requesting that song. I do enjoy playing it. And like I said, I think that no matter what side of the political divide you're on, there are certain things that they're just trying to bring. They're trying to tear us apart, and we have more in common than we have different. Most people just want to have a good job. Most people just want to have a good life. Most people just want to take care of each other, have some friends. If they have kids, maybe they want their kids to be better off. It's not a lot to ask, but seems like a lot to ask these days. So let's all sing together and get vibey. But don't stop, you know. Getting to another request, which is a really good one, for a couple of reasons. Marta, thank you for requesting, and thanks for everybody who said nice things about my Patreon. It is, if you're considering, you know, giving a $20 tip today, go $5 a month for my Patreon. It's a big help, and you get a lot of music as well, not just the one show. And I'm really grateful to have that as a creative outlet to put out new music every month and not worry about a big label, you know, which I'm sure I'd take if they came along. But since they're not banging down my door, it's really wonderful to put out music for people that love it on a regular basis. Marna had a request for this song by a guy named Willis Allen Ramsey, who I used to play with, who's a big influence on me, especially the three-finger style of thumb and two finger picks that I like to play sometimes on guitar. And we've talked about this in my 20 Question Tuesday workshops here. Okay, Linda, hey, that's no problem. Thank you very, very much for that. I try and thank everybody personally. If you're kind enough to put a tip in my jar in these trying times, I feel very, very grateful. And if you don't have any money to do it, I still want you here. And this is for the people who are, you know, working really hard right now too. So, Willis Allen Ramsey did one album in 1973. And I got to learn a bunch of other songs from him as well that he's written over the years. This is one of them. I put it also on my Soul Slide album. Our friend, Miles Zuniga, who, as I've mentioned, has the time slot right before me. So all of you folks, I hope you check out Miles next week. If you don't already, he's from the band Fastball. He's also from the band Resentments. And he was co-producing my Soul Slide album. And he heard sort of a random demo. We were going through songs, and he goes, "What's that?" And I said, "Oh, that's an unreleased Willis Allen Ramsey song." And he's like, "Well, you have to put that on." And it's a bit of an outlier on the album. There's a lot of rock, steel, and funky stuff, etc., etc. And but it's a beautiful song that Willis wrote, and pretty much, I think it's the only place you can get it right now until he puts out that second album. The drummer that Willis was mainly playing with when I was around was a guy who we just lost a couple of weeks ago to cancer. A guy named Jamie Oldacker. And my getting to play with Jamie because of playing with Willis Allen Ramsey was just incredibly, what a gift. He played on Lay Down Sally and Cocaine and a bunch of Eric Clapton stuff. And he played with Bob Seger, and he did Live Aid, and with Phil Collins, he was one of the drummers in that whole thing, and played with the Bee Gees. And Jamie just passed. He fought hard against cancer and lost his battle a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to send this one out to Marna. Thanks for requesting it. And Willis, wherever you are, I know you're still making great music. I miss you, buddy. And to old J-Mo, boy, I'm going to miss playing with you, man. Here's Mockingbird Blues. Shake off your lonesome, take off your shoes. Daddy's gonna sing you the Mockingbird Blues. Just climb up here in this chair and sit down on my knee, and I'll sing you the story with the sad melody. The sun's on the tin roof, and the clouds bring no rain. Down in a cornfield, you could hear him complain. It's 29 a corn, like it sure is a sin. The way that bird just carries on, about as fair with a friend. Some days the clouds lose their lightning. Some days the long shadows fall. Deep back in the pine, back by the property line, you could hear that mockingbird call, call. The blue jay will tell you, Lord, it surely will, that the song of the mockingbird, not like a sweet whippoorwill. Now his gossip will rise up Cheerful lion can wash over the levee and cover the land. Someday the clouds lose their lightning. Some days the long shadows fall. Back in the pine, back by the property line, you could hear that mockingbird call, call. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You always had to put like 3 endings on a song too. Just make it just a little bit harder. Oh, Leo. Nice to see you, man. Thank you very much. How's everybody doing? Okay, well, we're getting down to the last, 10, 12 minutes, etc., etc. Hope you dug that. That was cool. That was an old Willis Allen Ramsey song from my album Soul Slide, and with respect and condolences to Jamie's wife and to Jamie Oldacker, I sure miss you, man. We were playing here just a couple of weeks ago, and I was over in the kitchen, and Jamie sent a message during one of my things. That was the last thing I heard from him. He said, "Man, sounds great." And I said, "Jamie Oldacker, one of the greatest drummers of all time." And boy, we sure will miss him. I think Michael O'Connor posted on his Twitter a nice article about J-Mo. It's got a really, really nice thing from Eric Clapton in there to him, talking about Jamie, who I mentioned before was playing with Willis Allen Ramsey. That's why I'm saying all that stuff. Well, I got time for a couple of more, and I'd love to play some requests. If some requests don't come in, then I'm just going to play something. I haven't played much slide. Maybe I'll pick the slide back up and decide. But play a couple more. I hope you guys are okay with this new time slot. It really, really works out great for us. I hope it's okay. It's especially good for Alice. And Oscar's cool with it. Donnie's pretty okay with it. What haven't I played in a while? Mary Magdalene. Sadly, that's not a slide tune. Trouble Find Me. I'll do that right now. Going Away. Okay. Maybe I'll do that too. Okay, I'll try and get these. I'm definitely going to do some slide tunes, so I'll do Trouble Find Me. Because, of course, the song that kind of got my solo career started at the ripe age of 43. Here I am at 47. Am I 47 now?
So?
Okay. She doesn't know either. We don't care about age anymore, right? Wrote this with my good friend. Someone lost the feed. Mara lost the feed and it won't reload. Huh. Is anybody else having any trouble on YouTube or Facebook? Mara, I'm so sorry. Hope it didn't cut out during that song I was playing for you there. Susan likes this time slot. Tuesday's more open. Well, I know I have a lot of competition, so I'm glad that you, if you have a choice when you fly, I'm glad that you chose us. Here is Trouble Find Me. Thank you for being here, everybody. Louisiana is my home. I drink my whiskey all alone. At least I used to. Temptation got me on the run. But mama's son don't hurt no one. Don't want no trouble. Don't want no trouble. But trouble find me. Trouble find me. With nothing going right. And no hope is left inside. I should be praying to the Lord. Don't want to bother him tonight. Oh, and I don't want no trouble. Don't want no trouble. Yeah, but trouble find me. Trouble find me. Well, I wish, I could move on. Redemption too far gone. Now I'm left with an empty bottle and an aching head. You don't ever wanna be where Vanno will be. 'Cause when I'm down, and I'm always down, there's trouble find me. I can't take it no more. Everybody, there's knocking on my door. Nothing's on the other side, but still I'm always open wide. And I don't want no trouble. Trouble, yeah, but trouble find me. trouble find me. Trouble find me. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to do one more song for you. Thank you, Leo Eglaug. Much obliged. And since we have talked so much about my Patreon this time, blindfold. I'll try and get to that one next time, Marna. Just one more thing here, but no problem because I would do it for you. Next time, I gotta brush up on that one. Since we talked a bunch about my Patreon, I'm just gonna do this and say, if you are involved, it's a really, really good time to get involved. It's a really, really good time to get out the vote. It's a really, really good time for people of different groups to come together. If you are a Black Lives Matter person, maybe you want to be somebody who also supports LGBTQ rights, because Black trans lives matter. And if you're an LGBTQ person, maybe you want to help with the First Nations. You know, we call them First Nations here in Canada. Native American causes. Shutting down these crazy pipelines, taking away native lands. It's nice to see what happened in Oklahoma, though. That was cool. Not to mention the Disabilities Act was, 40 years ago? And there's a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people are being really active, and it makes me really, really proud. That's the kind of thing that I'm proud of. I believe that dissent is uniquely American. Or not uniquely. It's a thing to be proud of. It's a thing to be like, we are allowed to talk about stuff. And if you have differing opinions, you know, you're all Americans anyway. So I just want to say, anybody who's out on the front lines fighting for that, my heart is with you. Any of those things, because they mean a lot to me. And I also want to say, just don't stop fighting. And I wrote this song with Scrappy Jed Newcomb, and I think it's a nice one to stop on tonight. It's only on my Patreon, though, but if anybody wants to hear it, happy to. Well, I'm glad to put it out here. I think it needs a beat, though. It needs a beat. It needs like a... a little slow. Don't stop now. Keep moving your feet. Keep on pushing. There's no retreat. People get ready. Time is tight. I won't retreat from a righteous fight. Oh, if I'm walking, better believe I'm singing to a solid rock. I'm still clinging. Voices in my head of Mavis and Pops. I'm in the army of love. Can we take her to the town? Singing, don't stop now. Keep moving your feet. Keep on pushing. There's no retreat. People get ready. Time is tight. I won't retreat from from a righteous fight. I'm trying to find a neighborhood to live where I never forget, try to always forgive. I can howl at the moon, but what'll that do when the sun's gonna shine on everything that's true? Oh, if I'm a walking, better believe I'm singing to a silent rhyme. I'm still clinging, voices in my head of Marvin and Stevie. These songs of love are the ones that free me, singing don't stop now. Keep moving your feet and keep on pushing. Oh, there's no retreat. And people get ready, this time is tight. I won't retreat from a righteous fight. I won't retreat from a righteous fight. Oh, I won't retreat from a righteous fight. Keep on pushing, everybody. Keep moving your feet. Thank you so much for coming from here to there, from Vancouver Island to wherever you are. Roger, you and the Andersons, see you next time. Thank you, everybody. I hope you tune in to Miles next week. Right before me, Mr. Miles Zuniga. I hope you tune in to 20 Question Tuesdays. I can't thank you so much. I can thank you, and I can't thank you enough for giving me the opportunity to do this for you folks. Thanks, Marna. Thanks, Vicky. Thanks for everybody who put in a request. Also, John Austin and Susan. Once again, happy anniversary to the two of you, and miss you guys. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Stephanie. Thanks, Sharon. And hopefully this time will work out. Thanks, Barbara. And thanks everybody out there, and hopefully this time works out for everybody. And I'll see you next week. Best of love. Please take care of each other, and look out for everybody who's working in those hospitals. Let's bring them less and less people so they can stay healthy too, our frontline workers. Thank you all very much. I'm so grateful.